So what's the basis of this reading, or what this reading is about for you guys? You have the Knight of Cups, you have clarified by the Three of Cups reverse, and then this is Judgment in this deck reverse. Your current energies regarding the situation, you have the Eight of Pentacles with the King of Pentacles, and then what's coming in for you in the future, in the near future, you have Death reverse and the Nine of Swords. And your challenge regarding the situation is the Devil, the King of Wands reverse, and the Page of Wands. And then what's recommended for you is the Chariot, and then you have the King of Pentacles reverse and the King of Swords reverse. So for some of you, this might be like a relationship. I'm going to say it like that, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a relationship. Basically, something with the Knight of Cups, he's very open, like he's giving his heart to somebody or a thing. You could be having anything, something that really tugs at your heartstrings, something that you were very excited for, you kind of had big hopes for, you had an open heart going into. So there's a situation that you kind of like, I don't want to say wore your heart on the sleeve a little bit, but you wore your heart on the sleeve a little bit. And with the Three of Cups reverse, I just really feel like there might have been not exactly, like a little bit of disharmony within this situation. There could have been somebody else involved. And I'm not saying as a third party, like there was like some hanky-panky going on over here, but it could have been, you know, somebody's mother was saying something, or there's somebody's friend or your mom or whoever. Something was going on where there might have been maybe a jealous person or something going on where it just wasn't as peaches and roses as I guess you would like. This could be a friendship. This could be anything for you. This could represent like a business. Some people are very emotionally attached and just love what they do for work or career, hobby, whatever it is. But there was something not quite harmonious about the situation. And I think this situation almost, I don't want to say dented you, but it caused you almost like to not really achieve maybe the enlightenment that you could have. Now this enlightenment or this judgment here could be like, maybe there was an unfortunate lesson to learn regarding this, but you're holding off really learning the lesson, or you just don't want to really push forward. There's some kind of stalemate regarding you and I guess your better self, or the best self that you can be. Now, it could be that you're still dealing with this situation and it could be recommended that you kind of obviously push through or something, but there's some kind of almost like blockage or something, just it didn't work out right, and it almost like made you almost like take a step back, even like spiritually or emotionally or in your mind, you know, like, because the Judgment, it's a great card. It's about kind of leveling up in a sense, but it's leveling up not just financially or anything. It's just really about your soul leveling up. So something with this, I think, kind of knocked you back a little bit. It kind of hit you a little hard. So that's what I'm getting. So this is regarding this situation, the rest of this reading, but let's continue. But now, the good thing is, I do think that you are currently working on yourself, because with the Eight of Pentacles, whatever you're doing, you're working on something. And I think the King of Pentacles is here saying that you're very diligent with this. Whatever this is, it could be working on yourself, your career, whatever it is, you're really doing what you need to do, and kind of I see that you're putting the time in. And with the King of Pentacles, I really like that because I feel like he's a little bit organized. I feel like he kind of leaves no stone unturned in a way. Like, I think he has a system, it works for him, you know, he has very, I don't want to say financially focused, but he's very focused as far as maybe long-term success and just having things in life that he desires, and that's what he's trying to, you know, stability. This card of stability. So I think you're maybe either working on your stability, this could be financially, but this could also represent you needing to work, or you are currently working on yourself. For whatever reason, you know, you're trying to heal from this, so you're currently like working on yourself, which is honestly the best way, and you know, it's the only way to really kind of move past some of this kind of stuff over here. But what's coming in for you guys, You have death reverse, and that's clarified by the Nine of Swords. Now, I think this is part of why the Judgment is here reverse. I think you, although you are working, you're putting the work in. You are putting the work in. Good job, guys. Something is holding you back from fully like transitioning past the situation, from moving on. This could be like you're deciding to not speak to this person anymore. You could be kicking this asshole out your house or whatever. Like something is blocking you from taking that step. This could even represent like a job for you, deciding to maybe try to find something different. Something is blocking you from taking that step forward. And I think it's your fears. I think your fears of what comes next. So some of you, this situation is something very, very big in your life, and it's something that may have been a little bit going on for a while, or you've been with this person if it represents a relationship, or there's something, it was a situation that was part of your life for a while. So, and I think it's always scary now to close one door and open the new door because you don't know what's on the other side. So I think some of you are afraid of that, even though you've been putting the time, effort, and work into yourself or bettering the situation. You might be a little hesitant to just take the leap of faith and move forward fully. So with the Nine of Swords, that's indicating that you have nightmares. You're worried about things. This could be you're worried about finances if you're trying to get out on your own or whatever. So like, I get it, I get it. But that's kind of what's coming in for you. At least you can kind of see that it's a work in progress. Honestly, things take time sometimes. But now your challenge regarding this, you guys got the Devil. And then these two came out. You got the King of Wands and you got the Page of Wands. So your challenge is really overcoming your fears and anxieties. And the Devil could represent, maybe some of you are codependent with whatever situation is over here. It could be codependent. It could be some type of an addiction thing. It could be anything that is just keeping you stuck. Anything that you know is not really good for you in the long run. Right here. Right here. But the Devil really is a teacher. I see him as a teacher because this energy here, these situations are going to teach you more about yourself than anything else. Because half the time when we get into a mess, somehow the Devil was involved, but it teaches you. So you really grow beyond what you would have grown if everything always was happy and you never had any challenges. So definitely your challenge is to kind of break maybe old cycles, old habits, things that make you feel comfortable. And that really could go with this whole death reverse here, that not wanting to transition out of something because you're afraid. You need to kind of figure out a way to how to nudge yourself gently out of that comfort zone nest or whatever, even if it is a mess over here. Sometimes it's almost like the devil we know is better than the devil we don't, So it could be that kind of energy a little bit. Now with the King of Wands reverse, also clarifying this, I feel like in reverse, he's not really clear with the actions he's taking. So that could also be your challenge a little bit, is that you don't really know how the hell to move forward. You might not know what to do next. You don't have a great game plan where you're like, okay, I know exactly what's up. I got all this money saved. I could do this. I could do this. Like, this is the game plan. I'm doing it. I'm waking up tomorrow, putting my pants on, and I'm going. Like, this is it. So I think there's not quite that game plan. I think you might still be figuring out the details, and that could be holding you back and a challenge. And the Page of Wands is also about, because he's a student, so there could be some kind of message, because they could also represent messages. Maybe there's a message that's coming that's a little, not something that you are so happy with or whatever, regarding the situation. But this could also represent that you need to learn how to, I don't want to say stand on your own, because I don't think some of you are dependent on something, but you need to learn how to move past and the actions. Like, anytime you transition from, let's say even the death card, you transition from one phase of your life to the next phase, you don't know exactly what's going on. Like, people who have children, you transition from being a single person, and let's say like you never really grew up around kids. Some people grew up around kids and they just know what they're doing because they've always taken care of kids. But let's just say hypothetically, you never took care of a kid, okay? And then you have the baby, and now you transition from no child to child, you know, and that's a huge leap. Okay, so, and that's a learning period there to take care of your own child or a child, period. So that's what I'm saying here. I think the next phase that you're moving towards, there's going to be a learning curve a little bit. So don't be afraid of that, because some of you might be a little afraid of that, because it always is a pain in the ass, because sometimes the troubleshooting is like you don't have time for it, you don't want to do it. I understand, but that's life. Now, what's recommended for you over here, we have the Chariot with the King of Pentacles reverse and the King of Swords reverse. Now, I really feel, okay, so the King of Pentacles reverse is somebody who's just, I would say a little bit, I don't want to say too controlling, but I kind of get that a little bit. Somebody who might be a little bit too controlling, or just a little bit too extra, because over here I feel like it's like you really have yourself together, but the King of Pentacles in reverse, it's not healthy energy. It's maybe a little bit overstepping boundaries or something. And especially with the King of Swords, now this person here, this could be also a little bit manipulation as well. So I think it's a little bit too much control, maybe too much manipulation coming from whatever this mess is over here. But the Chariot is here saying that you're going to see obstacles, but you're going to overcome them. So you have to just push past the obstacles, you know? So some of you might even, I don't want to say you might be a little bit trying to control the situation a little bit too much, and that's why it's preventing you really moving into the next phase, because you might be a little bit trying to be so in control, and you can, I think in this situation, you're going to have to feel it out a little bit. But so that is just recommended, that if you feel like you have to have too much control, or if you feel like you're not in enough control or something, just you have to feel it out. So just know that even if you're feeling it out and you don't really know what you're doing, because some of you, maybe the King of Swords here represents also like not really seeing clearly, not really thinking clearly about this, but I think this is saying you need to feel it out here. Because the Chariot, he doesn't exactly know where he's going, he just knows he's going somewhere, at least my Chariot. And he's very confident, you know, maybe dumb, a little dumb probably, but he can do it. He feels like he can get on this journey, and he's going to go, and he's going to hit up against obstacles, but he will have success getting there. So I think you need to have that energy of that, regardless of what's going on, you're going to make it to the final destination in one piece. Okay, let's see what else we get for you guys. Okay, first up we have number 55, Snake Spirit, Time to Heal, and I definitely think you guys are going through the healing process. I definitely think that is what's happening regarding this. I think you're definitely working on yourself, but I do think, I don't want to say you might have a little bit more to go, but I'm sure some of you would agree with that. I definitely think whatever this was, it really hit you hard, and I think the healing is going to be very important as you go forward, because you don't want to just kind of block yourself and stay in a situation, whatever this might be, out of fear of not being able to stand on your own, or a fear of what's coming in for you, because I just think that I think you have something much better coming in for you. You know, you just have to kind of have faith in yourself a little bit and feel this situation out a little bit, you know. And then you have number 7, Beast Spirit, Sweet Results Await. And I think this is saying that like the Chariot's recommended, like just keep going, keep pushing, you know, good things are on their way. You have Pink Opal, be kind to yourself. And need I say any more about this? I definitely think whatever this was, it really, it hit you hard. And some of you might be taking a little bit of guilt or something onto yourself, which may not be your fault, but sometimes that's natural for us to occasionally do things like that. So I just think you need to just kind of, you know, be gentle with yourself during this time. Appetite, get out of your comfort zone, and that's a definite. That's especially the Chariot is recommended, so he's getting out of a comfort zone, and this is definitely recommended for you to, and even Death reverse here. Death is about kind of moving on to the next phase. So it's definitely recommended to kind of continue working on yourself and kind of push past these fears and anxieties, you know, one step at a time. Girl with a Snake, empath and narcissist paradigm. Being charmed or used, enabled boundaries. And you also have codependency here. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Now, it's interesting because I have a feeling some of you might have been using, I know they throw around this narcissist word around a lot. I'm just going to call this person an asshole if it is a person. This asshole, whoever this was, or whatever this situation was, we'll just call it the asshole situation. They might have been kind of, I don't want to say using you, using your goodwill. I think you definitely kind of went in with an open heart, you know, wanting to give your love to the situation or person or whatever this thing was. And then they just, you know? So I kind of feel like that, and I think that set you back. I think for some of you, even you giving your heart out or being open to giving your heart out could have been almost like an enlightened judgment moment. Like you were getting out of your comfort zone and here's my heart, you know, situation, here it is. And then when this happened, it might have like now, oh no, I'm not going to do that again. It might have like kind of retracted all of that, you know? So I think that is what you're going to have to work on. And I think you are working on it. I definitely think you know you have to move forward with this and kind of figure this out within yourself and be willing to give that beautiful heart of yours again. But it definitely, you know, it's not easy. Nothing's easy in life. So, and some of you with the addictions, with the Devil, it could have been maybe you have a, I don't say a codependency problem. I'm not saying necessarily you, but maybe you do like to kind of be very dependent, or you deal with people, you attract people that are a little bit dependent, or there could have just been some, like even you felt like your validation, you needed validation, or you get your validation from what other people say. Whereas you should only get your validation from yourself, you know, what you think about yourself, because the hell with everybody else. But that's what I'm kind of getting with this. So you'll know for yourself. But if there is a situation like this, if this does resonate for you, boundaries, boundaries, boundaries. So now we have confidence, solar plexus chakra. No one will believe in you if you don't believe in yourself. Be your own cheerleader. I am going to read that again because I feel some of you out there need to hear that. Confidence. No one will believe in you if you don't believe in yourself. Be your own cheerleader. That's excellent. And definitely, I feel like you have to be your own cheerleader here. You got wisdom. To focus on the past is to lose the future. Heed advice from an older person, which will allow you to move on. And I definitely think you are trying to move forward from this, whatever this was, but just continue to do that, you know? And if you want to say, sometimes I have to think, okay, at least I learned something, even if it was a crappy situation, at least I can like, oh, I learned something, at least to never do that again. But you might be able to take some kind of wisdom from this situation, or even understand yourself a little bit better. And if that helps you kind of process this to be like, okay, I've been through this situation, at least I got a little bit of understanding about myself, what certain boundaries are for me, what I kind of want in the future, what I don't want, you know, what I won't put up with again, what I, you know, didn't mind or something. At least maybe that could help you feel like this wasn't totally a waste of time, you know, if you need to feel like that. And you have challenges. Take time out from problems or conflicts. or approach softly to avoid making matters worse. So I definitely think I wonder, for me, I'm really feeling that this is going with this devil here. I kind of feel like the devil, you might need to take time out of whatever your challenge devil situation is, whatever kind of like, you're indulging in, or whatever really is not good for you, but you keep, maybe it's somebody that, this person, this thing over here is texting you or whatever, and you're like, oh, this is not good for me. I'm trying to work on myself. But they're like, hey, what are you doing? So you might need to take time out and like just be like, okay, no phone self for whatever, whatever. Because I wonder if that's also preventing you from moving forward, because whatever this thing is over here, it over here might be reaching out every now and then to you. They see that you're doing better with yourself, you're getting your crap together, you're doing really good, and they might be like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And now instead of you kind of transitioning forward to maybe somebody much more suitable for you, you're like, oh, but this, and then it's causing you this whole like paradigm of like, oh, what do I do? They're saying these nice things now, but they're such an asshole. So it might be kind of causing you this this backwards and forwards, like the seesaw effect of emotions as well. So I think you might just need to take a step back and be like, you know what, today I'm not putting up with this. I'm not dealing with this today. Like this crap is going to be here tomorrow, today, or tomorrow, maybe the next week. I'm not going to like deal with this. I'm taking a break, and then see how it is afterwards. But it might help you get a little time to, get your brain kind of, I don't want to say on straight, but sometimes we got to get our minds a little bit better. Now, eclipse, celebrate cycles. And I think I really feel like this is an experience. We have good times and bad times in our life, unfortunately. Some of us feel like we're always in the damn bad times. But I think this is a cycle that I really do feel that you've went through the worst part of this already. I just think you're almost like dealing with the residue in a sense, and I think it's still kind of fresh and you're still dealing with some of it. Maybe it's not as bad at this moment, because I definitely think you're putting the work in of what you need to do for yourself. But I think whatever this is, it's still lingering, and I think you are moving into the next cycle, because I do think even though death is here reversed, death is still here. And I definitely think sometimes I feel like we get death reversed before we're ready to get it upright and we're actually ready to move through that door. So I think, to me, it's still positive that this is here, because I think these fears and anxiety might help you kind of like, I don't want to say push you past that, because sometimes we get so damn tired of being anxious or fearful that we're like, oh, the hell with it. Today I'm doing something different, and I have to do something different because I can't stay in this cycle. So I think that you will be celebrating kind of like getting out of this cycle, even if it's just you mentally kind of getting out of this cycle, because that's the first step. Now, you can throw in the towel, or you can use it to wipe the sweat off your face, and that is fantastic. So either you can kind of just accept what is this, or you, like the Chariot, which is recommended, you can keep pushing forward, and you know what? You're going to hit up against some obstacles, but you're going to get to where you need to go. Now, you have get your quick fix. Addicted to inner peace, and I think that is fantastic. And that might need to be your new devil moment, your new like little indulgence thing, is your inner peace. And you need to say like to yourself, okay, inner peace, this person or whatever this thing is, it's back. It's like a little bug. It's back. Like mold or something. Now, for your little affirmation card, you have, today I am brave. Today I will step up to every challenge with courage. And you got another card of courage. Getting out of your comfort zone. You have a lot of this stuff about kind of moving forward and confidence and everything. So this is perfect for you guys. Now, let's see what Bob Ross has to say for you. You can move mountains, rivers, trees. You can determine what your world is like. And this is just saying that you are the master of your own destiny, Pisces, and You want to make the life that you want. And if this, whatever this thing over here, is not suitable for your happy life, this thing is not worth your time. Okay? This over here, whatever this represents, is not worth misery. Your misery is not worth any of that, because you deserve much better. And you have to remind yourself that. And if you want much better, you got to go find much better and deal with much better and not deal with this thing over here. Now, we have stress relief and self-care. We have understanding, objective, getting to the core. Are you holding yourself back from doing something you'd love to do? Notice the stories you're telling yourself and try to understand them more. Are they true? Are they realistic? Is there another story you could tell yourself which might inspire, encourage, or support you? And this is just saying that you need to be nice to yourself. You had something else about being nice to yourself, right? Sweet results to await, time to heal. This is all about being nice to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Here we go. Here we go. I think you need to just not be so hard on yourself with whatever this is, because I feel like some of you really went out there with, you know, your heart on the sleeve, you know, coming in like a knight on a white horse or whatever color horse you want it to be. I don't care. A knight on a horse or a dragon, whatever you envision, you know, this like barreling in, you know, saving the day energy, you know, wanting to give your all, like purity type of thing. And you were just crushed. So, but yeah, just be kind to yourself. Okay, now let's see what spirit of the dish shall be with you during this situation. You have the spirit of the Ace of Sweets, which is the spirit of the chocolate of your choice. Okay, for your dinner and a movie, we have drama, films, and barbecue food. For the energies you either need to tap into or be aware of, we have Aries. So Aries is kind of like the initiative. It's like that spark. You know, it's a little like, it's like feisty. Sometimes you gotta be a little feisty. I'm an Aries, I get feisty. You know how it goes sometimes. You know how it goes. But it's like that little bit, like, it has a like spark of energy. Aries is so good at starting something, you know? But I think they could be a little bit stubborn too, because I'm definitely a little stubborn. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I feel like you might need to have that little bit of hell no, I'm not gonna go. Like kind of being a little stubborn at times. Like Aries, I feel, is a sign that can fluctuate very, very quickly because they can kind of move or change their minds kind of easily with certain things. But when they don't want to move, you know, they're a little stubborn. You might be pulling them, but they're going to kind of like fight back or whatever. They're kind of stay where they want to go. They'll go back to their original spot. So I feel like right now you might need to be a little stubborn with this situation. You know, a little stubborn in putting you first, you know? And then you also have Virgo here, which I really like this Virgo energy here because Virgo is very detail orientated. I think it's really going a lot with this, the Eight of Pentacles energy, you know, with the King of Pentacles here too. I think you're very like really focusing on the details right now, which I really like. I definitely think these two together, I don't say balance them each other out, but I think you need that little spark, that little I'm doing this, you know, I don't give a damn what anybody else thinks. And then like, okay, well, I got to figure out how to do this and I got to make sure everything's in order and, you know, kind of focus on the finer details of things. So I really like that. You also have, what do we got here? We have the North Node, which is about destiny. So something like here might have been a little bit more, you know, like a lesson to be learned for you, a lesson to be learned. And you also have Venus, which is all about love. You know, it's about money's powers of attraction, but it's all that kind of like love energy and beauty. You also have the first house, which represents appearance, ego, interest, and the self. And then you have the second house, which represents money, possessions, physical environment, and your self-esteem. And you have number 1 here, which is an odd number. And that means the special guest that'll be answering your question today will be the Magic 8 Ball. Think of those questions. He'll be out here shortly. So we have E, I, H, S, B, Y424. Oh my god, and these both came out. And that's so funny because they're both kind of like connected in a way because they're kind of eyes. So I think this is one thing with the shades here. Your future is so bright, you gotta wear the shades. But then like this, the binoculars is kind of, to me, it's about being like, I don't want to say super tunnel vision, but like super focused on your goal. So I really kind of get here that some of you, I kind of feel like some of you might need to tone down certain things right now. I'm not saying behaviors, but even the way you, maybe your perspective on what's going on in your life, how well you're doing, like what's happening. You might need to almost like tone it down to a certain degree so it's not so much noise, like so much visual noise or so much mental noise. I'm just kind of getting that you might need to just, I don't want to say relax it, relax something a little bit. You know, you don't want to get over like too much into this situation. Like maybe tone down whatever the hell's going on with this thing over here. Maybe tone it down a little bit, you know, put the shades on and just kind of like tone it down a little bit to give yourself a little bit of a break, a little bit of a step back, or just kind of be able to recoup. But I think the binoculars here is saying that you need to also keep your eye on the prize. Like you need to remain focused on the long-term goals and what you want in the future, like what's going to make you happy, what you deserve. So I think those two are like very like, okay, right now, maybe this is a mess. You have a lot going on, but certain things that you don't need to maybe focus on so clearly, maybe don't focus on them, especially if it's this thing over here, and just keep your eye on the prize. And we have wisdom, and I think you got wisdom over here somewhere too. I definitely think you kind of got some wisdom through this. So sometimes you just have to chalk these situations up to you are much wiser today or now than you were before, unfortunately. And wisdom, knowledge is something you can learn, like books or something. Wisdom you gain through actions. And sometimes wisdom is much more, I think knowledge is extremely important, but wisdom is more kind of that experience, you know? Okay, guys. Here he is. Think of those questions and we will ask. Oh, mystical, magical 8-ball, the mightiest ball of all the balls in the world. What is the answer to Pisces' question? It says, it is certain. There you guys go. The 8-ball has spoken. I hope you all have a wonderful day, week, month, year, lifetime, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.